did you watch the royal court interview with Harry Styles?
Oh my God. Yes, I watched. I've
With
never I've never even heard of that before.
me either.
And it
Nope.
popped up and I listened, I went to YouTube and watched the entire thing and I loved it. I
I
almost sent
watched
it
it.
to you, but I was like,
I
she's gonna be
know.
like, what the hell is this?
Well, no, because I kept seeing clips from it, and I was like, this sounds so like the clips were so interesting, and it wasn't even clips; it was just like like the snapshots with like the
Yeah,
text,
the
the
tech.
subtitle. So this morning I was sitting at the airport. And I was like, I'm just gonna watch this. Like, let me look it up. And then it was just a short little 25-minute
Yeah.
thing. And he's just so dang charming and like his crooked ears and like and he was
His
just like
cape.
sitting in his like cape the whole time.
It was hilarious. I just thought like
Yeah.
I haven't seen, I'm sure most people that go on there are like having fun. Like I feel like they,
Yeah, like
they do a good job of it. It's
I wonder if
weird.
there's someone else that I would be interested in seeing on that one. But like, yeah, that was funny.
I I enjoy seeing people kind of relax and have fun and not be so like perfectly media trained. So I
Right.
enjoyed it. Um,
Right.
I I watched it before the album came out,
Mm,
and so when the album came out, I was like, "What's song number 9?"
I know.
And
I
it
know.
was
I like went and I
so
was like
different
one,
than I
two,
expected.
three, four, five, because they're like not numbered
Oh
on
yeah,
the apps.
that's funny. I
Yeah,
did
that was
enjoy that.
funny.
Um,
So I think one of the like his thing about yogurt, eating yogurt, like if you were to go on a talent show and have and it wasn't singing, what would your talent be? And he was like eating yogurt. So like what would I mean we don't really have the
ooh,
our own personal life comparison, but what would your talent be on like America's Got Talent?
it's a good question.
Mm. And I didn't give you any sort of prep on this. This is
No, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I feel like I have a lot of random skills, as in like competitive jump rope and cross country skiing and things of that sort, playing the drums. None of which I would say that I'm like is my
Com-
secret talent, but
yeah, competing on a talent show.
I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing.
Yeah.
The right saying.
Yeah, that's it.
Second guess myself. um, I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me through
Yeah,
throughout.
think about it. Think
Does
about it.
something you don't have one?
The only thing that's coming to mind, and probably because I'm running on 3 hours, is 3 hours of sleep, is like being able to still continue on with such little sleep because that's what I do so frequently.
Um, on a similar vein to Harry's yogurt, drinking tea. I drink
Oh
probably more
yeah,
tea than 99% of the population.
yeah,
Um,
you do.
I also am on a yogurt kick, and I was before that came out, and I was like, okay, cool.
Okay. I'm also on a bit of a yogurt kick, but not like it's a coconut yogurt, but it's a Greek style coconut yogurt that doesn't make my stomach explode. So that's cool.
Oh. Um, I'm excited. I want to watch. I feel like Harry's my only. It's not true. I'm such a boy band. Like growing up, I loved all of them, obviously.
How many
But
times
like
have you seen Backstreet Boys in concert?
too many to count.
Yeah,
I've met them.
I did know that, yes.
I have photos with them. It was a great night.
They're a good band. Like they aged well in terms
Yeah.
of like culture and
I'm honestly
they're
shocked I didn't go to the Sphere.
yeah, I am too, honestly.
um, but I feel like Harry for like the adult girl obsession over artists, like Harry is my drink of choice. And I'm keen to play his like Netflix special, The One Night in Manchester, more just to like have it on while I'm like making dinner or something and kind of like watch. But I heard that that is a completely different show than what we'll see. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, which is why I was like, oh, maybe I'll actually watch it because I don't know. But I've never watched a concert on TV, so
I
I wasn't
haven't.
kind
Well,
of curious.
I don't know that I have either, but
Anyways, I like the new album. It's very much my kind of, I feel like, my like disco funky vibey.
yeah, no, I really like it.
Yeah. Um,
I've been playing it a lot. I've been playing that a lot, and I'm also obsessed with the ending song from the Peaky Blinders movie.
oh, I don't remember it. You'll have to send me it.
Okay,
Um, no spoilers, but I liked the movie.
I know. No spoilers. He told us none.
I will not get over the gray with like silver fox look. When we first turned around, I was like, oh, that's a good look. Might have to watch this one again.
I
Tell
can't
me
wait for
you
it to come
know.
out on Netflix because I
I
need
know.
to rewatch it with subtitles on.
Yes. I feel like similar experience, Love Island, UK or Australia, when I watch it
Oh,
without subtitles, like I'll tune out and tune back in and be like, I don't even know where the start of a sentence is and like where like what is being said. It's pretty funny. Yeah, the
yeah,
accents get me.
yeah.
But
Can't hear without my subtitles.
nope, not at all. Um
What are we
my
talking about on this episode?
We have, holy cow, yesterday in sports was nuts. And I feel like this is pretty much everything that happened yesterday in sports, as in Tuesday in sports. We have our headlines, a pretty bold hot take from me today, which I'm excited about. I feel very passionate about this one. Um, we'll talk about Bam's 83-point game, which is, I still can't wrap my head around. We have some World Baseball Classic updates, WNBA,
More
CBA negotiations,
more CBA negotiations.
um, and digging into some gossip. There's some drama on the love lives of a couple of major athletes, Luca and Dak Prescott, and then breaking down NFL trade stuff.
Kick us off.
Hot take of the week. Scrolling up.
I,
Asia Wilson is the best thing to happen to the NBA.
yeah.
Love it. So last night, to kind of set the scene, Bam Adebayo. I want to switch the B and the D. Adebayo. I don't actually know how to say his last name.
I don't know.
Bam. When I was writing this, I Googled Bam Margera,
Margera.
and I was like, why do I know that name? Traditional. Yeah, classic mix up. Anyways, last night, Bam scored 83 points against the Wizards, making him the second highest scoring game in NBA history. Kobe had his famous 81-point game in 2006, and Wilt Chamberlain has a 100-point game. He sits at number one in like the 60s. That is like really probably never touchable, but most people thought Kobe's wasn't. We saw Luca hit 73, and that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
So Kobe's was kind of almost like this, thought of as like this number one modern day game record.
Yep.
And Bam just cruised right by. He had a previous career high of 41 points. Like Bam is a good player. He's not a household name. Like I bet
Right.
most people that are not huge NBA or Miami Heat fans, like you had no idea who this guy was. Maybe in the
Nope.
context of Asia Wilson, but not in, yeah, you know, I mean, you don't. you don't, but most people, they would probably know him lately because of Asia, not
Yeah.
necessarily an NBA career. Um, he wasn't an all-star this year. He's like one of Miami's top players, but Miami's not necessarily a huge team at the moment. And so last night was pretty incredible. He was 20 for 43 from the floor. Like 40, putting up 43 shots is a lot of work. Like Kevin Durant spoke afterwards, like at one of his press conferences after his game, and was like, that's exhausting. Like that's a lot of work. Like
Yeah.
props. He was 7 for 22 from the 3-point line, but he was 36 for 43 from free throw, which set a record for both makes and attempts in a single game. So he has now 2 records from this. 31 points in the first quarter. So like obviously like you have to get off to a hot start if you're going to do this, but
Yeah.
that kind of got him going. The team started just giving him the ball. They were, fouling to kind of get the ball. A lot of the media and like commentary surrounding it this today was like relatively negative of like, oh, it's a terrible game. And like there was a ton of fouls called and this and that. It's like, let's just like enjoy this. This was a really fun random Tuesday night where this random NBA player decided to show up and slot himself in history between Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe Bryant. Like I cannot, as a Kobe Bryant, like huge fan,
Yeah.
I'm bummed to see that like him move down in a way, but
Right.
it's cool. And I think Bam is a good guy. Like we like him with Asia. He loves his mom. Like he's a good guy. But Asia was sitting courtside. She was there for the whole thing. There's some really funny clips of her
Yeah.
cheering. He hugged his mom before like he went into the locker room. Like the whole team dumped water all over him after the game to cool him off. It was just a really cool thing. And taking it back to the hot take, like there's absolutely no way this happens without Asia. So she is 4-time WNBA MVP. She holds the single game scoring record in the WNBA at 53 points. They practice together often. Like it's not a coincidence that she's making him better. Like he's been crediting her before this too, of the behind the scenes, like the conversations, her work ethic, reminding him about things like him being a 6'9" center and no one being able to defend him. So she's very much, I think, a reason that this was even possible. Obviously, he has to go and do it, but I think this was the most exciting thing to happen in the NBA in a while. And so, yeah, there's no way this happens without Asia. Hence, Asia Wilson is the best thing to happen to the NBA.
I support that hot take.
I love it. And there's, I'll even go further with it and say that it's not just this couple, but like women, as we all know, women consistently level up their partners in sport and life. Like there's the, girlfriend effect or whatever it's called, where like a man gets exponentially more attractive by the way he dresses and cares for himself and grooms like his haircuts and things like that.
All the things.
Dating a woman. And there's I pulled a couple examples. I think Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens is a good one. He is, before Simone, was undrafted, D2 school, was waived, bounced between practice squads. After, he's now starting all 17 games for the Bears. He has career high in tackles, signed a multi-year deal. He's obviously like also has like the off-field glow up with like Met Gala, red carpets, brand deals, all that stuff that kind of comes with the Simone Biles effect, if you will.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's more like being with someone with her mentality that rubs off on wanting to better yourself, wanting to improve and like put in the work.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't be around somebody like that and not feel inspired and not like want to match
Yeah.
pace.
And I don't think you connect or choose someone if you're not wanting that to some extent, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Um, some other ones, Sierra and Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson had a really good work ethic and stuff prior to that, but just as like a whole for who he was in the public eye and like his brand, obviously, and then fashion wise,
Yeah.
eons better. Jordan Woods, Carl Anthony Townsend. Why do I do this? Why does my brain feel like I'm constantly making up names? She's obviously, millions of followers, kind of same thing. He was not really a star. He went from Minnesota to the Knicks, now is in the Eastern Conference Finals, like way bigger cultural relevance. They're now engaged. And I think the like most unique one that I found was, is it Mirka?
I'm not positive if it's Mirka or Mirka.
Okay. Mirka and Roger Federer. One of these days, we will have a producer who is like feeding us pronunciation
I
and we'll know
know.
better. So
That's when we'll know we've made it.
truly. But her and Roger Federer, she was a pro tennis player prior to a foot injury ending her career. And she became like his operational backbone, managed
Mhm.
travel, schedule, family logistics, like 4 kids on tour. Pretty much, he has said many, many times throughout his very impressive career that he would not have been the player that he was without her, and or have played as long without her.
Right. Well,
And
and he also credits his partnership with On
yeah,
Sneakers to her because she found them and was like, you need to partner with them. And then he did. And now he's a sneaker guy.
so really, what would you do without us? Happy
I
Women's
mean,
History Month.
yeah.
um yeah, so when people complain about women's sports or like men's sports are better, the eyeballs of viewership, the saying of behind every great man is a greater woman is just so true. So
Yeah.
remember that, folks.
Yeah.
You might enjoy watching the men, but they wouldn't be here without us.
Well, and I mean, I think a good case study of the opposite is our not friend Stefan Diggs, who no longer has a woman supporting him.
Who no longer has a job.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. I think Mike Vrabel is a good guy, and I'm proud of them for doing that
Yeah.
because that's not the case 99% of the time in the NFL. I'm curious if
Right.
he'll get picked up. I'm sure he will. But yeah.
I don't know. I saw one of those, like all the like teams press, the like ask the questions, whatever, walking into the locker rooms. And for the Patriots, they asked like who on the team would you not let your sister be around? And every single one said Stephon Diggs.
Yep. But enough of him. But some other headlines. So yesterday, crazy day. I got a message from Jordan, our social media gal, who's like, what is happening? And I was like, what do you mean what is happening? I'm like trying to make dinner and like take the dogs out or something for the first time that I've like stepped away from my computer. And Bam's was at like 70 something points. Jaylen Brown was ejected from the Celtics game during the first half and was live tweeting about it while the game was still going on. Then you had a Luka news drop, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then you had the World Baseball Classic game, which was not good. So Baseball Classic, it's kind of like the World Cup of baseball, if you will. Four nations, that type of kind of vibe.
Yep.
So USA beats Mexico on Monday. It's the first time this happened in 20 years. Big deal. They're in group play stage at the moment. So their group is USA, Mexico, Italy, maybe someone else. I can't remember. We beat Mexico 5-3. It is the first time since 2006. 2006, like when we think, like I thought about this, 2006, Twitter didn't exist. We were like calling on razor phones. George Bush was president.
I didn't have a cell phone in 2006.
I don't think I did not. I think I used my parents. But the razor was like the popular phone. Harry Styles. High School Musical, same. High School Musical is coming out. Taylor Swift's first song dropped.
That's
Tim McGraw,
crazy.
remember that one with the curls? Beyonce, Irreplaceable, Sexy's Back by Justin Timberlake. The Hills was just happening.
Wow.
Crazy. Grey's Anatomy was like the hot new show. Still going
There's
strong.
like the resurgence of the 2016, but take us back to 2006.
Truly. Like, yeah. So anyways, big deal. 20 years. Aaron Judge called it like a playoff game in March. Like it's big. And this team is, for the USA, is probably the best baseball team ever put together for us. Like, it's Aaron Judge, Yankees captain, 2-time AL MVP, Paul Skeens, who won the National League Cy Young last year, Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, we already said, like a bunch of these guys, Bobby Witt, Roman Anthony, the guy from the Cubs, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Oh yeah.
And so they're stacked. They have this huge win, and then they come out last night and Italy upsets them 8-6. It was 8-0 at one point in the game.
Yikes.
And the US started to decide to like show up and play a bit and made a bit of a run, but obviously just like too late to get going. So huge loss. Should have never happened. The USA came out looking flat, and essentially now the US just has to sit and wait. So we don't have, like, to move out of group stage, we essentially need Italy to win. So if Italy wins, we have then beaten Mexico. Mexico has lost to both. We move forward. If that doesn't happen and Mexico wins, we need them to score a lot of runs, like 5 or more, and then we're in. Otherwise, we're eliminated. Like, we don't even make it to the bracket. So really, really big upset in the, like, after one of the best games in history. And so bummer of a game. They play tonight, Mexico and Italy, so it's probably going on right now. And if this doesn't go our way, it would truly be, I think, one of the biggest flops for a US team in history.
Interesting to see.
Yeah. My favorite part of all of this, though, and very much rooting for Italy, obviously, tonight, the Italian team has an espresso maker in their dugout.
Oh.
Like a little, like, just
getting a little juice throughout the game.
Like, screw the bubble gum and seeds and dip. Like, we got an espresso maker. It's incredible.
That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, last night was crazy. And then all of this is going on, and in New York City, in a hotel, I want to say the Marriott something, the WNBA CBA negotiations came and went. The deadline of March 10th was not a deadline. They spent
Can't
12
say I'm
hours.
surprised. Can't
I
say I'm
know.
surprised.
I was like, you're gonna laugh at this one when you see it. Yeah, March 10th deadline was yesterday, Tuesday. They did negotiate from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. No deal. The league is saying like things are positive, we're getting close. So hard to know. I mean, I would say that to the media, even if we were still eons apart.
Mhm.
I think it's still the sticking point is the revenue sharing of gross versus net. And we're definitely getting to the like it's just the window's shortening of what this means. I don't think the season is at risk quite yet, but like stuff starts mid April. And
Yeah.
so
I mean, we're getting close.
yeah, like I would say like realistically things probably need to be done in March. So I think it'll be a bit of time before we see anything. Even if it gets pushed, I don't think the entire season would be canceled. I think they would figure out a shortened schedule,
Right.
assuming that like a deal comes in, let's say mid-April or something. They might need to push the season back and like cut some games, but I don't think that they would. I don't know. I think it would be a huge like it would be such a big loss
Oh yeah, for
that
sure.
I don't think they think they would figure out ways to still have some sort of season. So I feel pretty confident that like something will come together.
Yeah.
But who knows? At this point, we'll check in next week.
Can't wait.
So this was all yesterday. The other headlines I have written down, hockey, NBA, obviously we're getting close to playoffs. Um, So now's the time to start tuning in if you haven't, especially hockey with the Olympics. Like the PWHL is in full swing. Games will go through April. Personally, my fantasy hockey team needs a win. It's the last regular season week, and I'm on the bubble, as we'll
What
say.
does that
Uh,
mean?
on the bubble is like there's a couple teams that are need to like move up. Like imagine it kind of being like the bubble. You're either gonna like go in or out. So I'm playing who the person that we have a tied record, and whichever one of us wins will make it in.
Oh
Um,
boy. High
yeah,
stakes.
high stakes. It's good. I haven't had the greatest season. My ChatGPT team did not do super great. But last year, this is what happened kind of as well. Like I just barely made the playoffs and I got second. So
You never know.
peaking at the right time is important. So yeah, we'll see what happens. NBA, hockey, March Madness kicks off next week. We are doing a Sports BFF March Madness bracket challenge for men's and women's. We'll drop the links to sign up in the show notes. Winner's going to get some Sports BFF merch and a couple gift cards. Going to try to get some sponsors potentially for some other prizes. Otherwise, like maybe a Sephora gift card or something like $100. So worth it. You have nothing to lose. Like you just have to click a couple buttons. My favorite way, if you're like, I have no idea what's going on in college basketball, cough, Abby.
I know some stuff.
You do, you know, Duke stuff. But if you aren't sure how to like do a bracket or like which teams you should pick, I recommend either colors. I feel like that was what I did as a little kid. Like I just liked blue and white, or I thought like the gold and red were ugly, and I don't know. So colors is a really good option. And which mascot you think would win in a fight is the latest one that I think has been fun. So there's
Oh.
options. And truly, like especially the men's bracket, it's March Madness. Like you just never know. No one's ever had a perfect bracket. It's never happened before. It's like
Wow.
one in cotillion. I don't know what the numbers are, but one of those like past trillion numbers.
I think cotillion is like a debutante ball.
I think it is too. I was in my head, the word I said had a Q for what it's worth. Quintillion. Is that it?
I don't know. That's too big of a number.
Yeah, like it's one of those ones past.
A bajillion,
Yeah.
obviously.
But
A
it's the
technical
odds of a perfect
use a technical term.
But anyways, sign up, link in the show notes. There's two. Make sure you do both. Two chances at winning.
Wow.
And you can prove how much better your college basketball picking skills are compared to us.
And if I win, I promise to forfeit my winnings to next in line.
Someone we'll figure that one out. Yeah, if either of us win. Maybe second place gets it.
On the off chance.
It's who knows, man.
You
Everything.
never know.
National Women's Soccer League kicks off Friday. So new season. Exciting. The new kits, the new jerseys this year, they're looking great. We posted on our Instagram if you haven't seen them. And
yeah,
I've kind of started a jersey collection. I have another take. This is what I was going to tell you at the beginning. Okay.
Oh.
But I might have to pick up some random teams just because I like their jerseys. The soccer jerseys. But I was scrolling Instagram like I do most days, and I got an ad that the USA hockey jerseys were restocked, and it just shows USA hockey jersey. So I click on it. Only men players. And I'm scrolling, I go, oh, I'm on NHL. Let me go to like Fanatics or something. Nope, just men. No Hillary Knight, no Aaron Frankel, no Layla Edwards, no Kendall Quinn Schofield, like no one. You had
That's
Austin
tough.
Matthews, Tkachuk, Hughes. You didn't even have a make your own. Just the men's team.
It's a missed opportunity, especially after everything that happened. Like, geez.
I couldn't believe it. So
disappointing.
I know. I don't like truly after everything. Come like where were like what, how did you miss all of this? I don't know. So that was what I wanted to tell you.
We have some gossip, but please hold while I blow my nose again.
Magically. What's the dad joke where it's like, how do you make a tissue dance?
You put a little boogie in it.
I love a good dad joke. You love a good dad joke too.
Oh God, I've gotten so rusty. I used to know so many.
I know you used to be able to rattle them off.
It was so annoying.
It worked on me.
That's why we're friends. Got you with my dad jokes.
Apparently that's the way to win me over. All right. The gossip.
Okay. The gossip. So we'll start with the Dak Prescott wedding drama. Because this one's messy. Both of these stories are messy, but like this one is more entertaining messy. So Dak Prescott and his fiance, Sarah Jane Ramos, have officially called off their wedding, which is crazy to say. It's just a month away. So they're supposed to get married on April 10th in Lake Como. So huge destination wedding with like 250 guests invited. And how did they break the news that their wedding was canceled? In an email. Which is crazy to me.
I guess like how do you like if you're in this situation, how do you break off the wedding?
Well, one, I would never have a wedding with 250 people.
Okay, fair. But
So,
if
like,
you
if
yeah,
like, so that's hard for me to conceptualize. But at that scale, I guess it is an
because you don't
email.
wanna
You
yeah, like,
probably you probably like text your close friends and like call your parents, and then everyone else is
yeah, like, I think you
who's
probably have to have people probably have heard stuff because this blew up pretty quickly.
yeah.
But yeah, like, what else? It's
I don't
weird.
know.
It's weird, but, like, what else?
I
Yeah.
don't know. You're just opening your inbox in the morning and you get this
Not going to
cancel
Italy. I would still go.
cancel your trip to Lake Como.
I think I would still go.
So, oh, I would for sure. So Sarah Jane is accusing Dak of ongoing infidelity and specifically using burner social media accounts, aka the old Finsta, to DM other women and also potentially other exes of his. Um, so he's using like secret incognito profiles to message these women. This had already come up earlier this year, and apparently they had big conversation about it back in January, and she decided to stay the course and they were moving forward. But then at their also questionable, this is weird, their joint bachelorette party in the Bahamas, which I think that that is becoming more and more of a thing. And I don't hate it, but I still think it's a little weird.
I don't love it. I have some friends that did it. I get it. I understand it. But, like, I want to go do my own thing. I don't
Right.
know.
With the
Not,
girls.
yeah.
And like, I don't know. We've heard about bachelor escapades, getting stuck in trees and drinking beer from a branch while other people are trying to get you off. And like, that's not how my bachelorette parties that I've gone to have looked.
No. I mean, mine usually involve like wigs and some sort of like
Always wigs,
theme
a
attire,
theme. Yeah. Uh-huh.
cowboy boots of some
Um,
sort from someone.
right.
Like, yeah.
Yes. So at their joint bachelorette party in the Bahamas, um, their friends all left, and then Sarah Jane found these accounts again, still active, whatever, I don't know. So she confronted him, and she was the one to call off the wedding, which I'm
Wasn't,
glad that she did.
I know. Wasn't there some question about like the prenup?
There was a rumor floating around that it was about that, and she cleared it up that and said absolutely not, money had nothing to do with it. Um, So yeah, just kind of a crazy thing. And they have two daughters together, Margaret, who's 2, and Aurora, who's just 9 months old. And Sarah Jane has said that her focus is on co-parenting and she has zero interest in getting back together. So Dak Prescott and his Finstas.
Not it for.
I thought that Finstas were no longer a thing.
Well,
But I
they,
think that was a stupid thing for me to think.
yeah. Um, I think they're I think anyone that thinks they're getting away with a Finsta, it's like nothing is private. We're really good internet sleuths. Doesn't take much. Like you give me a name and one like a first name and one identifying like piece of information, like where they live or something, I'll find them.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, it's so that's the first dramas. And then Luca Doncic. Luca. So this one's a little more sad.
Yeah.
So Luca and his fiance Anna Maria Goltez have reportedly split after being together for about 10 years. Um, they've basically been together since they were teenagers back in Slovenia. And they also have two daughters together, Gabriella, who's 2, and Olivia, who was born just late last year.
Yeah.
So, like, wee babies. So Luca actually flew back to Slovenia for Olivia's birth and missed Lakers games to be there.
Mhm.
But reports say that things fell apart shortly after that. Apparently, Luca wanted to bring the older daughter, Gabriella, back to LA with him. And that's what started this conflict. And the disagreement escalated to a point where police were reportedly called to the hospital.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And while they were like arguing about it. So since then, Anna Maria has deleted all photos of Luca on her Instagram, and Luca is now saying that he's only seen his daughters for 2 days since September. So, so yeah, it's
Yeah. I
kind
like
of a
Luca.
crazy situation. Um, he filed an injunction in Slovenian court asking for immediate contact with his kids. But so
Yeah.
that's what's happening with his situation. But
Yeah.
despite
This
all of
one,
this happening, he's still playing and
well,
playing well,
yeah.
which
I I think this is the news broke and he confirmed it. Like I think I saw TMZ broke the news and he just was like, yeah, that's true. So I think it's been going on. Like obviously when his daughter was born was back last year. So
yeah,
I don't like my initial thought was like, crap, the Lakers. Like
yeah,
I'm like, we need everyone to be good right now. But and I'm sad because like they're like been together for so long since teenagers. I know there's been drama about
right,
her wanting to stay there and him wanting to move them kind of thing. But
yeah,
yeah, it's a bummer to see. We just dropped our NBA WAG post today and we had them on it that we had to remove.
oh,
So yeah, it was bummed. I like him. He seems well, one, he's a Backstreet Boys fan. Two, he just seems like a nice human in a lot of ways.
yeah,
But you never really know. Like, who knows what goes on inside the relationship? I guess in my head, my hope is that it just got too hard with the international piece, and she probably just had kind of her last straw. I'm hoping it's not he's a bad guy or like the Dak, like
yeah.
that
I
thing.
haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, I haven't either. Um,
Yeah.
as a Laker fan and a Luke fan, it's like, please don't be a bad human. Very messy. Um, all right. Lastly, we have the breakdown. So there's been a ton of NFL news this week, and I figured we would kind of break down what's happening because it's off season and it's like kind of wild that there's been so much conversation around the NFL. So technically, the NFL new league year starts today, Wednesday at 4 p.m. So we're officially in the 2026-27 season. You can kind of think of it as like the New Year day, like the NFL's New Year.
Yeah.
Um, at the start at like 4 p.m. today, every contract for the 2025 season essentially expires and like new contracts are good to start. So you're either locked in with your team or you're a free agent and maybe a couple things in the middle. Salary cap this year is at a new record, which I feel like is every year, but it's 301.2 million per team, up 22 mil from last year. It's the first time it's ever crossed 300 mil. Fun little fact. And there's a lot of like new coaches. Obviously, 10 teams hired new coaches this year offseason. We talked a lot about that. So
Yeah.
rosters are very much getting reshuffled, and we got to do some
Oh,
reshuffling
hi,
here.
Johnny.
She's out of here. Uh, so a lot of chaos in a good way. It'll be interesting because we had such a wild season of like no one really being like the dominant team. Be
Yeah.
interesting with all the shakeups, how it shifts stuff this year. So free agency, this is essentially when your contract's up. So you sign like the 3-year, 82 million deal. When that 3 years is up, you're a free agent. You can now go talk to whoever you want and sign wherever you want. Your agent's got a lot of work to do. There are different types though. So you're going to hear some of these things said. So a unrestricted free agent is a player with 4 or more years in the league. So think of it as like the vets whose contract expired and they're just totally free to sign, do whatever, like no strings attached. Then you have
Yeah.
the younger guys who are only 3 years in. They're on a restricted free agency. They can talk to other teams, but their current team has a right to match whatever offer they get. So
Oh,
essentially it's as you come in as a rookie, you get your rookie deal. When that rookie deal is up, your team essentially that drafted you has the right to offer you a offer is essentially what it is. For the first time ever, teams were allowed to directly contact free agents during the tampering window before free agency officially opened. So that's what has made things move a lot faster than normal. And like all of this stuff happening like boom, 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 and even like Monday. So none of that is actually signed, sealed, delivered till the new season starts, but the conversations can happen.
yeah.
So then you have your free agents. Then you have players that have tags. So teams get one tag for one player. And it's essentially a way of like basically keeping someone from leaving even if their contract expired. So let's say you have that 3-year 82 million deal, it's up, you could get a franchise tagged or an exclusive tag or a non-exclusive tag, and that's essentially we'll go through what each of these are, but it's essentially the team saying no, we want you for another year, and like we don't necessarily want to re-sign you for an extended. So you'll
Yeah.
see people that maybe are like Daniel Jones, for example, we'll walk through, who had a great season, was injured. He was tagged because they want him, but aren't really sure. He's not your Joe Burrow or someone that you know is going to be a lifelong performer. So there's a few different versions of tags, as I mentioned. You have the exclusive tag, which means a player cannot talk to any other team. They're pretty much just locked in for a single year. You have the non-exclusive tag, which means technically another team can sign them, but they have to give up 2 first-round draft picks to do it. So no one actually uses it because those are very valuable. And then there's the transition tag. And the transition tag gives the original team the right to match whatever offer comes in from another team. Kind of similar to the restricted free agent, but
Yeah.
it's that single year kind of deal. So a good example of the transition tag is Daniel Jones. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but they put the tag on him. He was allowed to talk to other teams. Teams were allowed to make offers. They then have the right to match said offer.
Yep.
If no offers come in, then they get paid for that 1 year what like the average salary for their role is. So like whatever the average quarterback salary is, which was like 37 mil. Today
Cool.
it came out,
37.
yeah, casual average. Today it came out that the Colts ended up reaching a 2-year, $88 million deal with him. So either other teams were interested, drove the price up, and they were able to come up with a deal, or they just were able to negotiate something. This year, George Pickens, Breece Hall, and Kyle Pitts all were franchise tagged, so they'll stay put versus going into free agency. And then you have trades, which is like a whole different ball game. That's
Yeah.
essentially, a trade. Before all of the free agency stuff started, trades can happen. And there was one major one that I think we need to talk about, which is the Max Crosby deal,
Hmm.
because it's kind of a crazy story. So before all the free agency stuff, the Raiders agreed to trade Max Crosby, who is a 5-time Pro Bowl pass rusher. So the guy that goes and tackles the quarterback.
Hmm.
He's one of the best defensive players in football. He was traded to Baltimore. The price, 2 first-round draft picks. Massive, massive haul, like blockbuster deal for both sides. Crosby was stoked. He posted himself on a private jet heading to Baltimore and like everything. You generally hear these deals and it's like sounds like it's a pretty done deal. But what a lot of people don't realize is that trades are not official until 2 things happen. 1, the new year starts, and 2, the player passes a physical with their new team. So Crosby had knee surgery back in January, a meniscus repair, and the Ravens medical staff examined him and apparently didn't like what they saw and called it off. We don't know if it was the knee. Like I don't think we ever will know why they just made that decision.
Yeah.
Part of me feels like you could easily say, we actually have a better offer, that we jumped on this too soon. I don't know.
Right.
There's some speculation for me. I don't know how much they have to disclose to the league or anything, but we don't know if it was the knee or something else. Most people are guessing that it is. So they backed out like that. And like the biggest trade of the offseason is dead. The next steps then essentially are he goes back, like nothing has changed. And they can either entertain other offers or they can keep him. But essentially the deal, like it's just like a null deal.
Yeah.
So he goes back to the Raiders. My guess is that another team will pick him up. Like he's a really good player. He has a, injury, so be it. Many guys back. The Raiders might not be able to get as much for him, but it sounds like they had plenty of offers, one of which that people have speculated was the Bears.
Oh.
So, big question mark, but kind of breaks down like how trades work, free agency, franchise tag stuff, and all the movement. So when you see the people talking about so-and-so trade, you can kind of break down like, okay, he was contract up, had somewhere to go. This and that. Now, a couple other big moves to note. So the Raiders ended up signing Tyler Linderbaum, who's a center, for a $81 million deal. O-line, the big guy in the middle that snaps the ball. This broke the record for O-line deals. The previous record was like 18 million per year. His averages out to like 27 million. So this is a big deal. The Raiders are expected to pick Fernando Mendoza with their number 1 draft pick, like number 1 overall. And so they need someone to protect the new star. So it makes a lot of sense. Then you have Tua. Why do I struggle so much? Tagovailoa. I can't like put it all together. My mouth just goes.
Yeah, I don't want to try.
Anyway, Tua was released from the Dolphins. So getting released, your contract's not necessarily up, but you just get cut. And so you'll see things in deals where it's like, $81 million, $60 million guaranteed. Mm-hmm. If you get cut, $60 million is guaranteed, you don't get the full thing. 81 might have bonuses or things attached to it. So you're just cut. You're not technically a free agent, but you then are free to sign wherever you want. It's different from free agency in the sense that your contract didn't run out, but teams can sign you anymore. So Tua was a free agent. He now is reportedly signing with the Falcons on a 1-year deal. So good fresh start. Geno Smith was traded back to the Jets for his second trade in 12 months. He went from Seattle to Vegas, and now he's back to New York where he started his career. Mike Evans, this is a big one for me, is leaving Tampa Bay after 11 years and signing with the 49ers. He's wide receiver. He's had 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons with the Bucks,
Wow.
and the 49ers need some wide receivers. So it's a good pickup there and some good veteran talent. I always get nervous when guys shift after like one team for so long, but
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. And then Chiefs signed running back Kenneth Walker III. Remember, he was on the Seahawks and won a Super Bowl this year, 3 years, up to 45 mil. This was kind of a big one. I feel like you don't see free agents move after winning a Super Bowl often.
Yeah.
So big pickup, I think, for the Chiefs. And then Travis Kelce confirmed he's coming back for his 14th season to the Chiefs, and we will not be getting the Taylor Swift Super Bowl on Valentine's Day. Not confirmed, but
I hate
like,
to say, but I don't think so.
no. Yeah.
I hate to
I
almost
just
say
thought,
I told you so.
I mean, we agreed that, yeah, if he's playing, there's absolutely no chance. I just like, what a perfect opportunity, you know? But yeah, won't be getting T Swift.
Maybe
I have
next
no idea.
time.
I have no idea who to.
For love on
Maybe. Ooh,
Valentine's Day?
you know who I saw as an option that someone said? Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah, because she doesn't tour, but would she do one big show?
Oh yeah, I think she
She's so
would.
good.
Especially with like there's like the Hannah Montana. Oh, Hannah Montana was just rolling out in 2006.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, there's like the Hannah Montana stuff that she's doing right now. Um, she could be an interesting one, like making kind of a little bit of a media. Not that she's never not in the media, but Dolly Parton would be like, I feel like she would have
Yeah.
Madonna and Dolly Parton and like crazy guests. That would be incredible.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah. She'd crush it.
Yeah, that's one that I saw and I was like, I could get on board. Apple, we would like to submit a request. When should we go? Maybe I'll go on Apple support and be like, excuse me, like submit a ticket for the Super Bowl request.
Please escalate this to the highest degree.
Yes. Uh,
I would like to speak to your manager's manager.
yeah, can I speak to your manager's manager?
Just skip a level.
Uh, I mean, it's like presented by Apple Music. Probably could get in someone's ear about it.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Miley is the one that we gotta. I don't think she would take much convincing. I think she would be stoked to do it.
I don't know. She can be so funny about that stuff.
Yeah, but it's I think mostly touring that's been like the
Well, because
thing for her.
she has like nodules
Oh,
on her
boys.
vocal cords. Yeah, so she can't tour.
I thought it was like a lifestyle
I'm
thing
pretty
with her.
sure.
Probably both.
She is sober now.
Yeah.
Well, time
Harry,
will tell. I don't think that they'd pick Harry.
I don't think so either, but
He's got a busy year next year.
I know. He's got a busy year this year. See you in July.
Can't wait.
I'm so excited. Okay. Well, I think we can wrap it up. We can sit here and ramble forever. But if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to follow, subscribe, share this with a friend, do all the things, and make sure you're following us on your Sports BFF on Instagram and TikTok for all the fun sports news, gossip, and culture updates. We will see you next week. We skipped last week because I was alone and
Yeah,
forgot to drink.
where was I?
You were in,
I was in California last week.
yeah. And Wednesday rolled around and went, and I was like, it was like 7 p.m. I was like, oh, nope,
Oops.
oops, my bad. Last week was a rough one. But yeah, we'll be back next week. And
See you next
Okay.
time.
That's all I got.